Hello there, my name is Wafflestheasianyenbear, and welcome back to a Pokemon Showdown RU battle. Today we are going to be using our Cresselia team that we built yesterday on Tuesday. If you have missed that, go ahead and check it out down in the description below or at the end card of this video. I think I forgot end cards last week, but I'm going to remember them this week, I promise. I promise. Me saying that is going to make me remember. So, today we are facing Multi-Numer, who's got a Heracross, a Bronzong, a Mantine and Yanmega, a Goodra, and an Ursaring. And looking at the team, I'm thinking Bronzong or Mantine, or maybe, just maybe, Yanmega will lead. I don't think Yanmega is probably going to, since I do have my Heracross, and they're probably going to want to be able to outspeed and kill that with the Air Slash. So, I figure most likely it's going to be Bronzong, Mantine. Either way, I want to be leading with my Rotom. Rotom's going to be able to overheat Heracross, overheat the Bronzong, Volt Switch the Mantine, Volt Switch the Yanmega, Volt Switch the Goodra, and Ursaring comes in, I'll switch into my Gigalith because it's going to have to take a turn to get its Toxic Guts boost up. So, I'm leading with my Rotom. Multi-Numer is going to lead with the Mantine, and I know I am free to just click the Volt Switch button here. Mantine is not going to want to stay in on me no matter what, because Mantine doesn't like electric moves. It really just doesn't like being around electricity. I think it had some traumatic experiences when it was younger. But I go for the Volt Switch. Goodra takes like no damage. And I figure here I can go either into Florges. And I'm going to pause it just to tell you this. I can go into Florges or I can go into Heracross. I figure since I've got a free switch, I'm going to go to Heracross and I'm going to kill this thing with a knockoff. You're going to see that was a dumb move, because Beetlejuice knockoff does not kill Goodra. Unfortunately, I think Goodra may have put on a few more pounds since the last time I saw it, and is able to take that with 36% done. 36% is like nothing, and we thankfully dodge a Fire Blast because we've got a Nimble Beetle right there, and that was definitely a mistake. 100% I should have gone into Florges no matter what, even if this thing was Choice Specs and I'd have let it have the Choice Specs. Going into my allergies just can take that. It is my specially defensive answer, and I should not have risked Heracross like that. I don't do a lot of calcs, so that's kind of why I didn't know that, but I'm guessing that's either a defensive investment or something, or I just don't remember correctly, because memories are a weird thing. So, I go for the Wish, intending to pass that off so I can get a free switch in with something, but Mantine comes in and I'm like, Mantine, what are you going to do to me? A Scald, an Air Slash, those things aren't going to do really that much. You've got probably Roost and Toxic is fine, because my allergies come with their own aromatherapy. And unfortunately, you might be able to hear my allergies today, just because the pills have not clicked in yet, and they definitely should have. So, I go for aromatherapy. The Skull does not burn me, thankfully, so we don't have to spend another turn aromatherapying. And now, I am pretty much free to go into Lapras now. Lapras Lazuli. This thing could maybe go for Toxic, but I figure it's not going to, since it saw that I have aromatherapy, so it'll probably go for Scald. But Multi-Numer predicts me or just wants to get Bronzong in against Florges. I'm going to say he predicted me, and now I have to switch out and go into Rotom Heat. So, here I make kind of a cheeky play. The Stealth Rocks comes out. I go for Will-O-Wisp. I'm still Choice Specs. I did not want to reveal Trick just yet. So, now, he goes for the Toxic, it misses, thankfully. I think he got a little bit of bad luck in this match, but still, it was a pretty competitive match, so I wanted to show it. But, Will-O-Wisp, I go for the burn, he does not know I'm Choice Specs. His Bronzong is basically crippled. It can go for Toxic, but I can aromatherapy it back up later. He can go for Gyro Ball, it's going to do like no damage. He's shown Stealth Rock, so he's got that, and maybe Zed Headbutt for the 4th move, which still should not be doing that much since it is burned. So here I actually go for the double Will-O-Wisp instead of switching out. I am Choice Specs, so I have no other option here. He thinks I could probably go for like Overheat or something. I go for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting the switch. So the Goodra comes in and it gets burned, which is just fantastic. So, Goodra takes the burn. Now we're going to be able to wear that thing down a little bit more to maybe where Heracross could actually kill it. So, I'm going to go to my Florges now, since I know that's basically going to be my answer to Goodra as long as I can. As long as I shall live, my allergies will be an answer. And Goodra switches out, predicting that, and goes into Ursaring. And now I'm like, well, I kinda need Florges around for the Goodra, as well as for the Mantine, and be able to cure my Toxic. So, I have to sack off Moonduck, and I'm very sorry, Moonduck. I know you're very physically defensive, but it's an Ursaring with Swords Dance predicting my switch because it was like the most obvious switch in the world, but I still had to make it because I needed Florges around for Goodra and Mantine. So he goes for Swords Dance, and I'm like, sorry, Moonduck. You're gonna take 70% from this facade, and I'm gonna go for Size Shock and does 30%, and it's minuscule. It's very sad, but we're gonna be able to at least rack off toxic damage. Yeah, toxic damage. So facade is gonna kill me here, and that's Moonduck is just gone. Unfortunately, the star of the team is just dead. It's just gone away. Rip Cresselia. It's gone. So I have my choice scarf still on Beetlejuice. I have not revealed it just yet, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go for the knockoff. I don't think this thing is quick feet. I figured it's probably Guts if it's going to be rocking Toxic as well. So I go for the knockoff. It does measly 25%. And now here's where I believe I reveal my choice scarf because I stay in knowing that another knockoff will kill. Even with the speed drop, I should still outspeed Goodra. And if this thing wanted to switch out, predicting my Florges, I can still go for knockoff, ending its life. So, Beetlejuice, unfortunately, now is at like -1 attack, but I kind of wanted to scout and see what this thing is going to do. So I go into Florges, and here we see the Protect come out, I believe. No, the Air Slash. Okay, Protect is next. But he goes for the Air Slash, does 25% to me, and we see the Life Orb, which is like the saving grace here, because now I know I can kind of wear this thing down. I go for the Moonblast on the Air Slash. Thankfully, we do not flinch, and I'm able to get a decent amount of damage to the point where now 2 Life Orb hits is going to kill Yanmega. So, here, I'm like, well, I'm kind of resigned to die. If I need to, I'll go for the Wish. I did enough damage now to where I feel comfortable. And the Bronzong switches in on me, which is good. This is great, because now I can go right to Rotom. I can heal up the Stealth Rock's damage, and this thing can do nothing to my Rotom. If it wants to switch into the Ursaring, that could be a little bit of an issue. The Heracross maybe, also a little bit of an issue. Or even really the Yanmega. But Gyro Ball does a measly 6%. 6%, and we recover all of it with Wish, and then some, because Florges' wishes come true when it wished upon a star. But here, I'm not really trying to BM or do anything like disrespectful here. I'm just gonna trick to just try to lock this thing into one move. I do not want this thing toxicating my team, so I'd like to be able to see what it locks itself into. And it's gonna lock itself into Toxic. So now I know, okay, well I could go to Florges now, or I could Volt Switch and do that instead. So I'm going to actually opt to go for Volt Switch instead of Heart Switch, since I know that I outspeed the Bronzong, and that really it's probably going to be switching anyway. So, I go for the Volt Switch, the Heracross comes in, and here I make kind of a questionable play. I go into Florges, and I think I was intending to sack this thing off, but that was probably a bad move. I go for the Boon Blast, trying to kill this thing. And it goes for Stone Edge, and thankfully for us, it missed. I did the calc, and it definitely would have killed. So that would have been an issue. Then I could have gone into Gigalith or my Heracross and tried to deal with it from there. But I think number one, I should have gone into Gigalith. It would have locked him into close combat, but then I could have killed with my Heracross. So definitely, I think I made a misplay there. I want to make sure to recognize that, let you guys know so that we can learn from it. But had my allergies died and this thing gone to Moxie Boost, then I could have gone to Gigalith. Maybe Gigalith would have died, but I definitely would have done at least a little bit of damage to the Heracross. And then I would have been able to outspeed with my Heracross and kill that thing. And then we're playing without the Gigalith, but ultimately Rotom Heat is going to be my way of winning, in my head at least. So, thankfully, none of that happens. Stone Edge misses, and I just go for Moonblast, and Florges, my allergies, has taken yet another victim. My voice being the first. So, my allergies gets a little bit of leftovers recovered there. Doesn't really matter all that much. Ursaring's gonna come in, and here's where I'm gonna go. Okay, well, I have nothing to switch in. I can go to maybe Gigalith, but I don't want to be taking close combats from a Guts boosted Ursaring. So, my allergies just dies, which I'm okay with. And now I'm gonna go again into Heracross. They know I'm Choice Scarf. I know I'm Choice Scarf. And I'm just gonna click Knockoff because it's gonna kill Ursaring no matter what. So, Ursaring doesn't switch out, which is great. I believe Yanmega comes in here. And at this point, I know with Yan Mega that 2 Life Orb hits will kill. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to knock off just to see does it have the protect or not, because it hasn't revealed it yet. But after that, I'm going to go into my Gigalith, because I know that if I can take 1 hit from it, hopefully it doesn't go for the Giga Drain, predicting that, but I don't think it would, especially seeing a Heracross here that is a big threat to the rest of the team. So I go into Gigalith because I know that the Life Orb hit plus the Sandstorm will kill. That's what I was trying to say. Cresselia with the Sandstorm is able to wear this thing down after its Life Orb. So I take 12% from the Air Slash, which is basically nothing because, again, Assault Vest with Sand is fantastic for Gigalith. It is just fantastic. So now the Bronzong, I believe, comes in, and I'm like, alright, well, let's see what it locks itself into. I'll go for Earthquake just to kind of see, is it Levitate or not? It actually is not, so it takes 49%. I figured it would be, and then I'd go into Rotom after I see what it locks itself into, but thankfully it is not, so I can actually just stay in with Gigalith and kill it with another Earthquake. So that's going to be the plan. Gyro Ball is what it's locked itself into. It does 8%. If the Mantine wants to switch in, I can click Stone Edge, and I'm fine with that. I also still have my Lapras in the back and my Rotom in the back as well, both of which can deal with the remaining Pokemon. Well, Lapras can't really deal with the Bronzong, but the Bronzong can't do that much back to me because it's locked itself into different moves. So it goes for the Toxic, knowing that really there's nothing the Mantine can do. It could go for Scald, maybe predicting Lapras to come in on an obvious Scald, but I figured I'll just stay in. I've got nothing to lose at this point besides differential, which doesn't matter in normal showdown battles, so Cresselia just stays in, takes a Toxic, and then Stone Edge kills the Mantine, and that is going to be a good game, a lucky game for us. We missed the Fire Blast, they missed the Fire Blast, they missed the Stone Edge, and I think the Toxic miss was a lot less important, but they did also miss a Toxic. So unfortunately, we got a little bit of luck on our side there, but I think it was still a good match anyways, and that's why I wanted to bring it for you guys, especially because we can sort of look at where I misplayed, where I was a little bit too reckless with the team, and learn from that for my next battles, because I haven't actually done them yet. I'm going to be doing them today, but I haven't done them yet, so I can learn from this one and try to not be quite as reckless with Heracross in the future. That being said, though, I hope you guys have a good day, good week, good life, and that you enjoyed this video. Now, goodbye.